Not all phrases are created equal. Some simply lift your mood, others shift your reality. The phrase you're about to discover has been used by people who received jobs without applying, money without struggle, and love without searching. Not because it's magic, but because it's precise. Florence Scovel Shinn once said, "You do not get what you want, you get what you say to yourself, again and again." This one phrase makes your intention clear, your energy strong, and your signal unmistakable to the universe. It removes doubt. It bypasses fear. It aligns you with something higher than desire. It aligns you with truth. Today, you'll learn what this phrase is and how to use it, so your dreams stop feeling like distant wishes and start becoming the life you actually live. In the philosophy of Florence Scovel Shinn, affirmations are not magic spells. They are spiritual tools designed to align your words, thoughts, and energy with divine law. She didn't teach people to beg the universe for what they wanted. She taught them to declare, with clarity and faith, what they were ready to receive. That's why not all affirmations work. Saying something over and over again without belief, feeling, or awareness won't change your reality. Repetition alone is not the secret. The power lies in the vibration behind the words. Shinn emphasized that the subconscious mind doesn't respond to pleading. It responds to certainty. When you say, "I want more money," or "I hope things improve," you're speaking from lack. You're reinforcing the gap between where you are and where you wish to be. But when you say, "This or something better now manifests for me," you're making a choice. You're directing your energy. The subconscious registers that not as a wish, but as a command, one that carries the assumption of fulfillment. That shift from hoping to choosing is everything. Modern science supports this principle. Neuroscience confirms that the brain is plastic. It changes in response to repeated thought. But not just any thought. The strongest impact comes from thoughts that are emotionally charged and consciously repeated. This is why affirmations work best when spoken with feeling, presence, and clarity. The more your words reflect trust and conviction, the more they reshape your neural pathways. Your mind begins to expect what you affirm, and your behavior starts to align with that expectation. There's also the psychological principle of suggestion. When you affirm something consistently with confidence, your subconscious begins to accept it as true. This affects your actions, your perception of opportunity, and even your body's chemistry. Confident declarations reduce stress, increase motivation, and raise your emotional baseline. The phrase, "This or something better now manifests for me under grace, in perfect ways," contains both structure and surrender. It asserts your desire while leaving space for a higher outcome. What truly activates manifestation is not the number of times you repeat something. It's the energy behind it. Are you speaking from fear or faith? From scarcity or sufficiency? From pressure or peace? The universe responds to your vibration more than your volume. That's why Florence Scovel Shinn's affirmations are so effective. They aren't just words. They're instructions, delivered to the part of you that creates without effort, your subconscious. Speak with clarity, speak with belief, and reality begins to rearrange. The phrase, "This or something better now manifests for me, under grace in perfect ways," may look simple on the surface, but it holds immense power when spoken with awareness. Florence Scovel Shinn considered it one of the most effective affirmations because it strikes the perfect balance between clarity and surrender. It doesn't beg, it doesn't demand, it affirms. And in that affirmation lies the energy that invites transformation. Let's break it down. This or something better keeps your heart and mind open. You may believe you know what you want, a job, a relationship, a specific outcome, but this phrase acknowledges that life may have something even greater in store. You set your intention, but you don't limit it. You align with your desire while trusting the intelligence of the universe to deliver it in the most fitting form. That flexibility removes pressure and allows your energy to remain light, receptive, and hopeful rather than rigid or anxious. The words, "now manifests for me," are powerful because they root the desire in the present moment. Florence taught that the spiritual realm works outside of linear time. When you say now, you're not asking for something in the vague future. You are claiming alignment now. It trains your subconscious to act as though the thing you want is already in progress, already moving toward you, already becoming real. This shift in awareness changes your state. You stop waiting, you start receiving. The second part of the phrase, under grace in perfect ways, adds a spiritual dimension that removes fear and control. It reminds you that manifestation isn't about struggle or manipulation, it's about divine order. Under grace means it happens with ease, with harmony, and without harm to anyone involved. It ensures that what comes to you is right for you. You don't need to force outcomes. You don't need to compete or prove. You simply need to align. People have used this phrase in every area of life. Someone needing financial relief says it before paying bills or considering a new opportunity. Instead of panicking, they affirm, "This or something better now manifests for me," and often find unexpected help, clarity, or resources arriving. Others use it in relationships, not to chase love but to stay open to it. They release attachment to specific people and instead affirm the arrival of what is best for their growth and happiness. In career transitions, people use it to guide decisions. When unsure of which offer to take or path to follow, this phrase brings a deep sense of trust in what's unfolding. The real magic of this affirmation is that there is no tension in it, no fear, no grasping, just a calm, confident declaration rooted in trust. It speaks to the part of you that already knows life is working in your favor, even when your mind doesn't see the full picture yet. And when spoken regularly, with sincerity, belief, and presence, it becomes more than a phrase. It becomes your new way of thinking. And when your thinking shifts, your reality follows. The phrase, "This or something better now manifests for me, under grace in perfect ways," is not just something you say once and forget. To unlock its full power, you must weave it into your daily life until it becomes a natural part of how you think, speak, and act. Florence Scovel Shinn believed that repetition is only effective when it carries intention and presence. That's why this phrase works best when used deliberately. Spoken aloud, whispered in moments of uncertainty, and repeated internally when doubt starts to rise. Begin your day by speaking it with intention. As soon as you wake up, before the noise of the world sets in, sit for a moment and say it out loud. Let it settle into your body like a quiet declaration. "This or something better now manifests for me, under grace in perfect ways." You don't need to shout. You don't need to force belief. Just say it with calm confidence, even if your outer circumstances haven't changed yet. The point is to set your vibration. This phrase becomes the lens through which you enter your day, with clarity, openness, and trust. Throughout the day, use it as a stabilizer whenever your mind begins to wander toward fear or confusion. If you're facing a decision and don't know which path to take, pause and repeat the phrase. It immediately shifts your focus from panic to peace. You may not have the answer yet, but you're no longer trying to control every outcome. You've handed the process over to something wiser, and your energy reflects that. If you feel doubt creeping in about your worth, your timing, or your future, say it again. You don't have to fix the fear. You just have to speak a stronger truth. Before important actions, a meeting, a job interview, a phone call, even sending an email, repeat the phrase. Let it be a spiritual anchor that reminds you, you're not alone. You're not pushing this into existence, you're allowing it. Florence taught that faith is the key to manifestation, and this phrase helps you carry that faith through moments of uncertainty. It becomes a steady rhythm beneath your day, gently guiding you back into trust. At night, use it to release whatever remains unresolved. Say it before sleep as a final message to your subconscious. "This or something better now manifests for me." Let that be the last thought you carry into your dreams. It creates continuity, so your inner world keeps aligning with your intention even while you rest. This phrase can also be used as a filter. When you're unsure whether something is right for you, ask, "Does this feel like this or something better?" If not, you may be settling. Let it remind you that you don't have to force outcomes or cling to what doesn't fully resonate. Life will meet you where you stand when you declare with trust, not with fear. Used consistently, this phrase becomes more than just a tool. It becomes a compass, a reminder that you are not waiting for miracles. You are already in motion toward them. And the more you affirm that truth, the more you begin to experience it. Florence Scovel Shinn documented numerous stories of people who transformed their lives simply by using the phrase, "This or something better now manifests for me," under grace in perfect ways. These weren't vague improvements, they were tangible, life-changing results that came not from effort or control, but from trust and clear intention. One woman, desperate for work and drowning in fear, began repeating the phrase daily. Within a week, she received an unexpected offer that not only paid better than her previous job, but also gave her more freedom and joy. She hadn't forced it. She had aligned with it, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Another man, burdened by debt and financial stress, started using the phrase as his daily mantra. Each time he paid a bill or faced a decision, he would speak it aloud. Slowly, his energy shifted. He no longer panicked at each expense. He trusted the flow. New income sources appeared, old blocks dissolved, and most importantly, his relationship with money healed. These weren't miracles in the fantastical sense. They were manifestations of a shift in consciousness, echoed outward into the physical world. Why does this phrase work so consistently? Because it bypasses internal resistance. When you say this or something better, you're not locking yourself into a specific outcome. You're allowing the subconscious mind to move toward what's best, without fear of disappointment. You reduce the tension that often sabotages manifestation, the gripping, the chasing, the overthinking. Instead, you signal confidence, openness, and readiness. The subconscious registers this as a green light. Modern neuroscience supports this. The words we use, especially those we repeat with emotion, literally reshape the brain. Positive, empowered language activates areas associated with reward and motivation, including the release of dopamine. This feel-good neurochemical reinforces the new belief, making it easier to hold. At the same time, calming phrases like under grace help reduce cortisol levels, lowering stress and helping the body move out of survival mode. In this calmer, more focused state, we're better able to notice opportunities, make clear decisions, and remain emotionally resilient. This isn't just spiritual wisdom, it's practical brain science. The more confidently and consistently you speak this phrase, the more your mind, body, and energy begin to reflect its truth. You begin to act like someone who trusts life. You stop pushing and start allowing. And in that space, synchronicities happen. Clarity comes. The right people show up. Florence believed that the universe doesn't wait until you feel ready. It moves the moment you speak with clarity. This phrase is your clarity. It says, I trust the unfolding. I allow something better. I know it's already on the way. And when that becomes your inner language, the outer world can't help but respond in kind. This is where manifestation begins, not with force, but with a phrase that speaks both power and peace. Dear friends, if you liked this video, please like it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you soon.